Evening, folks. This is Diego with Stone Lizard Hops, and today we're going to go and talk about soil. Right here we have a nice little mixture that we'll be using, and this is what I like to use as a boot up mixture to go ahead and restart with my hops. So I'll throw my clones, my plugs, or my rhizomes with this special soil that I like to make on my own. So, to start off with, we got some white gypsum in here. See a lot of it in there. The beauty about this gypsum right here, it's a specific one in New Mexico that I get, and it actually it's pretty cool. It's like kinetic. It kind of comes together whenever it's growing with the plant and everything, so you'll actually see a patch by the time the plant's done. Inside the crown, they'll actually have this white gypsum sitting right there all clumped up just like that, even though it's been mixed in. So, unique product. Really like it. Soil base is made up of sphagnum peat moss that is from Sunshine from Home Depot, actually. And there's a small bit of some mushroom compost in here. I don't like using too much because it actually does grow mushrooms. And I got some Nature's Way topsoil, which is really good. You could tell it still hasn't been broken down all the way, which is what I'm kind of looking for. So my micronutrients can actually feed off of instead of buying something that's already broken down. So the unique part about using a product like that is it comes out with good chunks, and you need a good feeding purpose when dealing with soil. There's also some perlite that's been mixed into here, and a little bit of the native soil that I have out here, which is this caliche style soil. This isn't the part where I pulled the soil from, but just to show you. And it's got a lot of silt and zinc, which is really good in it for certain parts to make my pack. But you know, the sphagnum peat moss will actually retain about, I do believe it'll leave 20% of water whenever fully wet, and whenever it is through its cycle, it will retain up to 20% of water at the very end, no matter what. I also have some eggshell inside there from our local chickens that my sister breeds and sells eggs. So they're very unique. I like this style of eggshell that I get from these Bantams that we have, and the reason why I like them, they're smaller, they crush up better, and they work on a better feeding purpose. So right here we got some red wigglers. These are from my greenhouse. We originally started with 4 packs of red wigglers, and we just let them go loose, and I got thousands of them now. These are great because they create worm castings, which will produce nitrogen and other beautiful little parts of beneficial products that this plant matter will need inside its soil to keep up the whole thing. Some of them are a little frisky, as you can see. Now next, I like to go ahead and blend those in. And there's a bit of some wood chip and everything in there from my mixture of mulch. I like to start off with 2 cups of sugar. And you're going to be like, what the hell, this dude's making like a dirt cake, you know, making mud pies, like legitimately. But actually, the sugar is going to release CO2. It's going to create glucose for your plants to feed off of. And it's going to enrich the soil. So it's going to keep it really, really oxidized, and it's going to keep it carbonized at the same time. It's also going to be beneficial to feeding your microbial webbing that will start forming on it. So don't freak out whenever you start seeing a bit of mold that happens in this soil. That's what you want. That shows you that you have proper micronutrients that are feeding and starting up and creating a little village inside your soil. So you like to mix it up a little bit. Just get a little bit rubbed in, almost like you're doing some ribs. So then after that, I got some oatmeal in here. Now you're going to be like, no, this dude's really messing with me, but no, really. So the oatmeal actually works really great to start that microbial mold, and it'll actually get it to boost up. Now, normally I'll go ahead and I'll chuck in a little bit of fruit in here if I'm going to let this sit for about 2-3 months inside a container and just continuously feed, and then I'll just add water once a week to go ahead and drain out the hot. And when I say the hot, I mean like it's really cooking in there. So you got a lot of really high pH that's going on in there. A lot of high nitrogens and whatnot in there going on. And I like to throw a little bit of ash in here too, just for a little bit of some like almost like potash. Where I come from, we call it biochar. So you want a little bit, not too much, because the fact of the matter is too much can be a bit bad. So, adding just a little bit. And normally I probably would have added just a slight bit more, but I really don't want to obtain the ash into this product. So from there, you're going to stir really well. And after you stir it up really well, you have the choice of placing it inside a container, and you can let your microbes build, which I would highly recommend. And make sure that you apply a little bit of water. Sometimes I'll even apply, I'm not gonna, I guess I could. I would say just a tiny bit of micro brew from Fox Farm, and I usually run that under air bubbler for 24 hours before applying. That way the microbes wake up. And after that, I'll go ahead and I will gently douse all this and stir it up. You always want to stir it up just like you're working with compost. And you'll see this mixture will actually work really quick, because I mean, if you wanted to, you could apply it immediately to your soil and you can mix it in, or you could add it as a patch, or you could do it as layers. It's all depending on how you apply your soils and your fertiles. So I mean, like, I've seen people use this mixture to apply to the top. I've seen a lot of people use it on the inside of the soil because they're trying to feed the new soil and the old soil at the same time. So if this could have been of any knowledge, I hope it helps for maybe somebody out there who's willing to go ahead and kind of play with something like this. But thank you guys for your time, and this has been a presentation from Stone Lizard on soil and soil microbiology. And you know, maybe somebody will take some of this and use it and give me some updates on what they did with it. So hopefully y'all have a wonderful day, and stay tuned for more and more videos from Stone Lizard. Thank you.